Hello everyone, it's Carol with Scrap-a-Dab-a-Doo. We're here to continue work on our Heartfelt Creations Flip and Fold album. And last week we stopped because I decided I wanted to paint the inside covers. And so using the Delusions black paint, I just painted around the edges so that I could cut one piece of paper to do the front and back pages. So, and then we've got some flaps that we need to finish up, and then we're going to decorate our cover and figure out how to attach this one because it keeps flopping. It just doesn't want to stay. Okay, so let's get going. And we decided that we were going to use the Freedom paper on the front and back covers so I can cut it down to fit. Testing. What are you testing, Bunny? So I'm going to cut this at 6 by 8 so I can cut it right in half. Hi, Linda. Hi, Nails. So what have you all been up to? So let's cut it right down the middle at 6. You see me, or do I need to zoom my camera out a little? I think it works, Bunny. I saw it. Okay, and so for the front cover, I want this part of it to be on there. So I'm going to cut it this way to get the 8. Weeding, painting. What are you painting? Oh, your pictures. I saw that, June Marie. You're becoming a real Rembrandt. 5 foot and shrinking. Bunny. You know, speaking of shrinking, gosh, it was probably a year or so ago. Dan and I were out and about, and we were at a stop sign, and I saw this car, and it looked kind of like my mom's, but there was some shrunken little old lady in the car. And I told Dan, I said, gosh, you know, that's sad. Someday my mom's going to look like that. And he said, yeah, well, the car turned the corner, and goodness gracious, it was my mom. She had shrunken. She could barely see over the wheel. I never did tell her that because I knew it would make her feel bad. Hi, Miss Linda. Okay, so we got that. But the first thing I want to do on my cover before I put this on... Are you putting yourself in the corner? Is I want to take this string and I want to put it on the edge here. So I'm going to wrap it around to where it's going to be covered under my thing and cut a piece off. I know, I would never tell her that. So with my little Xyron machine, I'm going to run my ribbon through here. That way it makes it sticky. You want to rub this real good to transfer the adhesive. We're going to pull it off. And I'm just going to place it over this seam of the paper where it meets up with that. Move it over a little bit so it catches the edge of the book where it meets up. And then I'm just going to wrap it around and then make sure that my paper captures it on the other side. And then we're going to actually mark our handle on the front cover where we want it. And in order to do that, I need my thing through the back so I can see where I need the handle to be. You're a fluffy bunny? That's the best kind of bunny to have. Okay, so I'm going to insert that. Then I just want to make sure that my knob holds it together and that it's in the right spot. I'll take my brads out. And I don't want it to pull too tight because we're going to have more embellishments and pictures and everything in, so it's going to grow. So I just want to kind of eyeball that to see where I want it. But I do want it to kind of pull so that it holds it. But I want to make sure I got room to pull it up. Okay, so I'm going to mark it. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is take my poker, if I can find one. And I'm going to poke my holes through so that I can put my brads in before I put the paper down. So we're going to put the handle on. And you want to put something back here that doesn't go through to your hands and poke your fingers. No, they don't, June Marie. Starts at 1 inch. Okay, so now we're going to put our handle on the front. I know. Who knows? Maybe they will if there's some suggestions. But I think in order to get it to go through the chipboard, I think maybe the 1 inch was about as small as they could go. Okay, so we're just putting our brad on. The new Heartfelt creations will be in on Friday. So I will be invoicing for the shipping for all the pre-orders. Maybe Friday, depending on what time it gets in. Sometimes it gets in. Hi, June. How are you? Okay, so we've got our handle on, so now we can add our paper. I hear all my stuff falling in my phone. A little bit of glue paper out. And once again, like I say, my very favorite adhesive for paper to chipboard is the Pioneer glue stick. And the one thing about the glue stick is you want to make sure that you get your edges really good. And then if you use a piece of glue paper, you can just throw that piece of paper away and you don't mess up your table. So let's go ahead and get this added. Ooh, bummer. I might have to put some kind of a strip or something in. Well, no, I'll just move it over some. No, I'm not quite sure I like that. I might put some kind of an edge strip in here to cover that, because in order to... Oh, that looks okay. And then you just rub it down. So there's the inside of our cover. I love this paper. I want to use it on everything. Well, Linda, don't be getting booted. Okay, so then we want to take this back out because we're going to actually leave it exposed. And then on this one, you think we should have the bird or do you think we should have the gate? There's a bird up there that we can use. Or we can use the gate. The gate. It's kind of like an exit, isn't it? Okay, we're using the gate. So we want to turn it over. And cut this at 8. The end. You're right. The end. So this Friday, my mother-in-law goes in. Oh, and look, it leaves that piece so that we can use it in there. Cuts the bird off perfectly. This Friday, my mother-in-law goes in to talk to the surgeon about her aneurysm, so we will know more after Friday. Doesn't sound like they're in a big hurry because it is clotted. And like they say, some people live with a clotted aneurysm for all the rest of their life, and it never affects them. But I think now, because she knows it's there, she wants to see what her options are. Okay. Okay. So once again, just going to center this on the back. Then maybe I'll find a nice poem or something to put on the back gate. On the back here. One of the sayings maybe that they have in the things. So now we're going to poke our hole again. You know what? I use the crocodile, and I think it's going to be cleaner if I do it again. And this is the big bite. I think it's just going to make a nicer hole. And I'm just going to line it up and put it right back through the same hole. Just to punch through the paper. Okay. Okay, so we got our closure. And our doorknob. Let's see how that just holds it right together. I really like that. What do you think? So let's go ahead and decorate our front cover. Anybody there? Yeah, it does look, it looks nice. So, earlier I came in and started putting things on. And in the store we have from Blue Fern Studios. I don't have anyone here that is moderating today. So we're going to be out of luck on getting the links up in the store, but under embellishments or in the paper Blue Fern Studio, there's the heart wood cutouts, and so I took one of the pieces that was there, and I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in. You're here. You know, they are so pretty. They really are. So let me Let me zoom in so you can see this. And I sprayed it with the Lindy's. I don't know if you can kind of see the shimmer on it. But I used the, let me grab it and see what the name of it is, because it is so pretty. And I sprayed it first. It is the dark chocolate truffle. And it comes out and it just has almost a goldy shimmery. Can you see the shimmer to it when I hold it up? So I sprayed it and didn't take it very long to dry. So, and what my plan is to put this up here. And her nickname is Ginny. Gini, I think, is what they call her. I never call her that. I call her Mom. And so I think I'm just going to put that, find some stickers that look nice, and just put her name right there inside that heart. And then I am using the Archivist flowers. These are the collectors, and then these are the ledger. So these are the two flowers, and they match this perfect paper, the paper perfectly. And so they were just right in the right color tones for it. And so down in this corner, I thought I would, let me zoom back out. Add my flowers to the corner. And then in the one flower pack, it comes with butterflies. Hi, Susan Draxler. And then once we get these on, I'll go back and add some leaves to just kind of make it stand out. Might need a couple more flowers here. Let me pull up my picture, because I took a picture of how I had it laid out. Okay, so this is how I had it laid out. What do you think? So that's kind of it. And the butterfly back over here. Then I'll grab some leaves, and we'll add leaves around the edges. Okay. So I think I'm going to use hot melt on the flowers. So let me heat up my glue gun. Hi, Sherry. You know, I really think she will. I think she's been kind of disappointed because, a few years ago, when Dan's dad turned 80, I took a lot of his picture and I made him an actual 12 by 12 album and gave it to him. And I have yet to do one for her. And she's often mentioned the trunk of pictures. So I think she kind of was hoping I would do something. So it's just taken me this long to get there. Okay, grab my leaves. And I want to find some of the lot bigger ones. It's kind of hard to... I think maybe that's going to be enough in the way of leaves. What do you think? Just a couple of them? And then maybe I'll make a couple of the twirly-doos. I thought so too, Bunny. Otherwise it gets too crowded. So, and this is the Prima wire thread. And then we have some other wire thread in the store that works just the same as well. I'll mess around here while my hot glue gun warms up. This is the fun part that I like. I like decorating. I am not a builder. You will never see me make an album from scratch on my own. I mean, I can do tutorials and things like that, but as far as actually building one, my brain doesn't work like that. So we'll probably stick to the pre-made albums and doing cards and some of the die cut. I love the twirly-doos too. So that will be my forte. Because me and math, we just don't get along. Sometimes when I add 2 and 2, I even get it wrong. And these are so fun to make. And then you just kind of loosen them up and slide them off. Maybe. Okay. They don't want to come off. So I got to loosen them. I strung them too tight. Okay, here we go. So I'll pick a spot about halfway in. Should have gotten my Timmy scissors. And then I just take and pull one piece of it out to flatten it. Oh, see, Linda, you can build all the albums and you can send them to me for decorating. And I think my twirly-doos I'm going to put over here with the leaves. Maybe not. Hang on, let me look. So the twirly-doos on this side or with the leaves? Sherry, I do have the wire thread. Hang on, let me pull up the store. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Let me find where it is. Okay, that didn't take long. Let me make sure I can allow links. And you can find all kinds of it in that category right there. Okay, so back to this. Do we want the swirly doos on this side? And then the leaves over here? Or do we want the leaves and the swirly doos together? It's kind of hard to see them when that keeps moving around. So kind of like that. Or on the other side. Can't see? Open your eyes, bunny. Okay, so I've got them on top of the leaves. Or that was on top of the leaves. Or off to this side. It's all moving around. I think I kind of like them on the other side. Okay, then that's what we're going to do. I'm going to remove the butterfly. And for the wood piece, I am going to use the Perfect Paper Adhesive. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. I thought so too. And so I'm just putting some glue on the back side of this so that it'll start to and for those of you that are looking for the original formula for the Scotch quick dry, I just got a shipment in that I ordered and they sent me some of the original bottles again. So I'm just going to put this down and hold it for a couple minutes so that it catches. Well, I try never to ask unless I'm going to listen. Okay, so just got to hold this down. This isn't the quickest drying ink, but it dries matte, so alright. So I'm going to start with the big flower. I think my hot glue gun. Yep, it's working. I'm going to put it down in the corner. See, and I could tilt my camera back so that I could bring my book closer to me and you guys could still see it, which would be the smart thing to do. Then, of course, I've never been accused of being too smart. So I want to turn these around. Stick these down on here because we decided away from the, add a little bit more on the top. They'll be covered by the other flower. And then with my quick dry, I'm going to put the leaves on. The thread I am using is Sage, but I think that one's sold out. But there's one in there. It's I think it's a DMD, and it is pretty close to that color. I have all the colors, and I love all of them. Just going to make sure that these are placed right before I glue them down. Oop. I think I need one more flower in here, a small one. Because this isn't lining up like, well, if I push the leaves in. Okay, we're going with that. Okay, so the leaves are on. Really, I used some of the yellow ones on a project, and man, they sure popped out. I love the yellow. I'll put that flower down. And then this flower. Okay. I think that kind of stands out. What do you think? Oh, too late, Benny. Okay, but we're going to put the butterfly in anyway. Right here, and that'll fill up some more space. Yeah, I'm not really a yellow kind of person either, but I did use some. It called for a different color to pop out because it was dark. So we're just going to add the butterfly in. A little bit away from our knob so it's not getting knocked around. And then voila! Okay, so our cover's done. Unplug my glue gun before I burn myself. Okay, might have to go back in and add a little more glue to get this to stick down a little bit better. So what do you think? There's our cover. Very simple, but I think it's elegant. Okay, so now I'm going to go back through, and we had some flips and flaps and flops and stuff that didn't get covered. So I think we're going to go back and do that, and then I am going to spend the week actually getting my pictures put in here, and then I'll come back on the 31st, because we have 5 Tuesdays this month, so I will have an extra day this month, and then we'll decorate around the pictures, because that is going to be so time consuming for me to go through those pictures and to decide which ones are going to go where. But let's go through and look through the book. And find our missing flaps. So that one's got them all covered. Is my autofocus on? Yep, okay, it's off now. So these are all covered. And then we got our pocket here. And then we've got this flap. Okay, this flap didn't get covered, so we need to find something, one of our scraps, which we have a lot of scraps. We have plenty of paper to do this album. Lots and lots of paper to do this album with. So I need a piece. That's not long enough. That would be long enough, but I don't like it. I think that's going to work just fine. Yes, I think it is, Jan Marie. I think it's just a little muted compared to the Prima one. So let me get my ruler. And so we need this one to be 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use the same butterfly paper that's on there. So 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And if you guys want the same green that I'm using, I will get it ordered in. Just send me an email through the store and let me know you would like it. I think they run about $5 for the whole spool. Yep, they're $3.20 for the entire spool. Yay. You know, I turned on my camera in my my computer in my craft room the other day, and it wanted me to shut down to do, you know, the normal updates and everything. And I have been avoiding Windows 10 like the plague. I just don't want it, don't want to upgrade, don't want to learn anything new. And so I let it go through the upgrades in here, and then it said it needed to shut down, you know, to do them. So, okay, we shut down. When it came back up, there's a sign that says, "Thank you for choosing Windows 10. Please click on this to say I accept," or whatever. And I thought, I didn't want that. Don't want Windows 10. And so I declined it. And it took 2.5 hours for my computer to restore the Windows that I had. And I thought, you know, I haven't heard much about the Windows 10 that I like. I've just added a little Scotch Quick Dry because that went over the magnet. Well, I just don't like the fact that you upgrade, you go to the Windows 10, and you get it for a year, and then you have to buy the program in order for your computer to still work. Okay, so we got that done. That's the flap. So if I buy a new computer and it comes with it, then, you know, then I'll learn it. But I don't want to go for a year and then have my computer not function because they want me to upgrade to something I didn't want to begin with. Okay, so then let's look in here and see. Nope, we got flaps in here. We got all kinds of flaps in here that need to be covered. We got three flaps. They look like they're about the same size, and I think what I'm going to do with these, since the other flaps are all black, I'm going to keep that consistent and just use my black cardstock. Yeah, I mean, that's what I heard. You get it for a year. It's a free trial for a year. And then after that year, you have to buy the program in order for your computer to keep working. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I would look into it. So, I think what we did here is we went, I don't think that's as big. On this flap, this puppy really folds out. I'm going to go 4 1/8 by 1 3/4. Yeah, I would look into it and make sure that I'm correct, because I've been known to be wrong once or twice in my life. Dry fit it, make sure that it works. And it does. Well, I think computers are only made to last a certain amount of years before they start having issues. Okay, so this one is 4 and 1, 2, 4 3/8 by 1 3/4. Well, it is. And you know, you used to get some kind of a word program with your computer when you got it. You know, maybe just a Word document program or anything. But now they're starting to make you have to do that. I had one on mine, and all of a sudden it disappeared, and they wanted me to buy it. I thought that was pretty raunchy too. But we've gotten to an age where, could you really live without your computer? And wouldn't you do just about anything they asked you if they were holding it hostage? Okay, so those are done. And now we've got this back one. And this one is 4 3/8 by 2 3/4. Go this way with it. 2 3/4. by 4 3/8. Now when you're doing yours, you want to make sure that you measure all your flaps and everything and don't go just by my measurements. You know, I would be sunk if I lost my computer, as far as all the business and everything on it. I think I'm going to cut that down just a shade. All the orders, all the emails, you know, everything like that. I think I would cry if something happened to mine. Okay, I like that better. So I just cut it down a smidge. Do you back up, June Marie? You should put it on a thumb drive. Hi, Carrie. Okay, so there's that one, but I think we should put something on the top of this. I don't like it just black. Or maybe I'll wait and see if I have a small picture, because I know some of them. Oh, good, June Marie. So I think I'll wait, because I might have some kind of a little picture or something that I can add on to this one. I'll have to show you guys the way some of the pictures came that I found that were in. So this one's all covered. This one I got some flaps that I got to cover. And this is the one that we have to figure out how to take control of it. This puppy's out of control. Not quite sure. How to gain control of this one. I wonder, you know what? I think what if we were just to add a ribbon to it? That doesn't quite, well, and should have to be taking the ribbon off each and every time. I should have put the ribbon under this page. Oh, that's a good idea, Bunny. And I have those large paper clips. Let's see if I can find one. I do. I have these big paper clips. And you can have them too. We have them in the store. You know what? That's about the perfect solution. Move it down to where it covers this flap. Bunny, I think I love you. And then that one will lay flat. Perfect solution, Bunny. Yay! And I'll show her all this when she opens it, so she'll know the tips and tricks, and then she can keep everybody else informed. So let's get this done. Okay, you know what? Look at this. I found this piece laying here, and it is just the perfect size for on that. So that one's going on there. I don't even have to cut. Save your scraps, lady. Bunny, I sent my donation. Well, I can't say that. You won that fair and square. So, we had to take a couple days off of working in the yard. We had some rain. Bye, Cherie. Hugs. So, we've been indoor doing some planning. And locating the dust bunnies. I have lots of dust bunnies. They're out of control. So I think on these flaps, I don't know if you can see them, but they're these two. I'm going to use that paper, the dark, that I used there. There and there. So on this one, it's 1 and 1 3/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, that one's done. Same thing, 1 3/8 by 3 and, oh heck, 3 3/8. So, no, okay, 1 3/8 by 3 7/8. So we got the door ordered for where we're getting it, and we were going to go with a sliding glass door, but then we got down there and we were talking to the guy, and with the opening that we have, because if we made it a bigger opening, we'd have to jack the house up and put a new header in and do all kinds of stuff, and so if we just went with the opening that we have, which is a window size, we'd only have a small opening where the slider opened. So he showed us the French doors where you'd be able to open both doors and have the whole opening. And so we went with that. So I got this side too. So in about 21 days, we'll have our door in. And then we'll be able to install it. Let's take a look over here and see what we did. We didn't put any thing over here. So this top flap, we need a piece that will go with this. Let's see if we can find, oh, I think I'm going to use that. Maybe not. Not sure I like that either. I think I'm going to use that piece. Maybe not. Undecisive here. That doesn't go with it. That won't go with it. I think so too, Mermaid. I think I will like the French doors and being able to open both of them and be able to see out. That's too small. We got a lot of pieces to choose from. That's too dark. That's the wrong color. Back for the Chestnut Street. I think this is the one we're going to go with. Yep. So 1 3/8 by 3 7/8. Well, that'll just give us the whole opening. So then once we get that in, then maybe I can get him to sit down and actually get serious about drawing out the changes in the kitchen and dining room so that we can start having a plan and start picking up our material, because Dan will do all the work. We just need to know what we need. Okay, so I think this is the last flap that we have to do. Might have to number these so that we know which one goes where. Okay, that's not it. Okay, let's put our paper clip on this. Make sure we clip it all in there. We'll decorate the paper clip too. Find some kind of, well, we might not be able to since it's on this side, because I can't attach it to that side. Okay. That's not it either. What am I doing wrong here, girls? So that, this, that. Oh, the butterfly goes outside. That's what we were doing wrong. There we go. No. No, that's not it. So I know the butterfly goes on the outside. So maybe it doesn't. Nope, I guess it doesn't. That's the way it wants to fold. That's the way it's going to fold. There we go. Okay, moving on. Oh, FedEx is here. I have no idea what this is. Hang on, I will be right back. Okay. I know. It's this great big huge package. I have no idea what it is. So, there we go. So we've got everything covered. And like I say, I will go through and pick out my pictures and get them put in. I know. We'll see what it is. Might be something new for the store. I'll have to take a look. So anyway, I'll figure that flap out and get it figured out. I might have to just cut a couple of these off if it doesn't want to behave. I don't know what the problem is, but it seems to be a, well, look, then it just folded right like that. Okay. So I'm going to number them when I do it. So that one went just fine. So I think that is it for today. And Gwen will be on next week. And then I'll go through this week and get my pictures put in. There is room. It's pretty packed though, isn't it? But it's got a lot of places for pictures, and we still got room to grow. With our flap, look, we can go all the way up. I love this closure. With the doorknob and everything like that. So, what do you think? We got a lot done today. I want to get this finished up so we can start on something new. I'm anxious to get going on something new. And for those of you that weren't here at the show, I'll show you the wagon again. Hang on one second. Let me grab it. You'll get it done, and I think she will love it. I think she'll really, really appreciate it. I mean, it's taken a lot of time, and I'll go through and really give some thought to the pictures I pick out to put in there, because I know there's some of her grandmother that are in here and that. So, but I'm going to show the wagon. Margaret Halderson did this one, and I mean, look, and you can pull it. It rolls. Isn't that cute? But she did one for me, and it's got coffee on it. And I took all of the ATCs that we had from our ATC swaps that we've done, and I put them down in here so that I can just pick through them and look at them when I want to. And then she put a little coffee sticker on the other side. And on this side, a couple of latte cups. How well does she know me? And then a couple on the front. I mean, and the wheels and everything. We have the wheels and the dowels available in the store. Scrapadabadoo.com. And also the tutorial is for sale. I know Margaret does a lot of work for me. She does the bi-weekly challenge and helps out quite a bit. So when she did this, I told her to go ahead and write a tutorial so we could put it for sale in the store. And that way, because she buys all her materials and everything for everything that she does for me. So that way I can apply the cost of the tutorial toward her orders. Isn't that fun? So with that, I'll leave you, and I'm going to take pictures of mine that I made and put it in the newsletter today. So that's all we've got. Like I said, the new Heartfelt Creations will be in on Friday. And so I will start to pack it up as soon as it comes in and try and get invoices out. If I don't get invoices out Friday, I'll try and get them done Saturday, because I know we're anxious to get those in. So any questions, any comments, any concerns? I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we will see you all. Let's see who's coming up. Xandra's tomorrow. Ashley's on Sunday. And then Gwen will be back on Tuesday. If I get all my stuff done, we might just work on this a little bit more Tuesday afternoon, maybe for an hour or so after Gwen. But if not, I will be on the following Tuesday. So you guys have a good day, and thanks for joining me.